Lady Louise Windsor led a parade in front of the Queen and her proud parents during the closing night of A Gallop. The 18-year-old was among the performers in the first major event taking place to celebrate Her Majesty's 70th year. The Queen's granddaughter had a leading role in a particularly moving part. The teenager was introduced by Alan Titchmarsh as the event was come. Mr. Titchmarsh noted the monarch isn't just the beating heart of the country but also a loving mother, grandmother and great-grandmother who has interests she likes to share with her Louise, who inherited her love for carriage driving from her grandfather, Philip, then led a horse parade while driving a carriage he owned. Her Majesty's granddaughter completed a full lap and was followed by some of the Queen's most beautiful and valuable carriages, including the golden state coach used on her coronation. Her Majesty's granddaughter completed a full lap and was followed by some of the Queen's most beautiful and valuable carriages, including the golden state coach used on her coronation. The Queen appeared emotional as she looked on from the stands, sitting near Louise's father Prince Edward and mother Sophie, Countess of Wessex. The carriage parade was then followed by some of the Queen's most beloved horses, including her fel ponies. The monarch posed with two of these animals in March, when photographer Henry Dowell took a picture later shared by Buckingham Palace to mark the monarch's 96th birthday. This was the second time in a few days the monarch could watch Louise perform in the arena on the grounds of the Wind. The young royal also led a parade during one of the Royal Windsor Horse Show events attended by the Queen in person on Friday. Tonight marked the last performance of A Gallop Through History, a whirlwind event celebrating the past 500 years in. Starting from the reign of Elizabeth I, spectators were led through a journey marked by beautiful performances and equestrian extravagance. The event, part of the Royal Windsor Horse Show, featured more than 500 horses and 1,000 performers. Mr. Titchmarsh wasn't the only celebrity hosting the four-act show. Among A-listers taking part in the event, was actors Dame Helen Mirren, Tom Cruise, and Damian Lewis. In an interview with Philip Schofield ahead of the show, Mr. Cruise said he is honored to have been asked to be part of the event celebrating the Jubilee. He also spoke about his admiration for the Queen, saying, "She's just a woman that I greatly admire. I think she is someone who has tremendous dignity and I admire her devotion. What she has accomplished has been historic. I just remember always as a kid seeing photos of her. She has met presidents, world leaders, people from all walks. Tonight's in-person attendance by the Queen to the splendid show marked the third time she has so far stepped out of her residence for a public visit. The monarch, who was driven into the arena in her Range Rover and walked to her seat with the help of a walking stick, is experiencing episodic mobility issues which at times make it difficult for her to attend face-to-face engagements outside of palace. Last week, she missed for the third time over the past 7 decades the state opening of. The monarch was replaced by her son and heir Prince Charles, who read the Queen's speech for the first time in his life, albeit in the role of Counselor of State. Tonight's attendance at the star-studded event raises hopes among royal watchers. The monarch will be able to be at some of the events planned for her historic jubilee between June 2 and